What's going on, my friends? It's your friend Jack here, and in today's video we're going to be discussing the Cardano NFT before you buy section. The section where you need to learn about some things before you buy NFTs and know how to operate NFTs, how to send NFTs, buy NFTs, mint NFTs, all that good stuff. We're going to go over in today's video so you can be prepared to purchase your first Cardano NFT. And also, if you already have purchased Cardano NFTs, this guide and this video may help you a little bit just to get a deeper understanding of what's going on behind the scenes for a lot of these NFT drops, and just to make sure you're doing everything in the best way possible. So if you've been around for a little bit, you would probably know that you can go to Pool PM and click the little NFT button to see all the NFTs being minted on the left and the ones being transferred from wallet to wallet on the right. Now, this is pretty important for the rest of our guide because it's a good indication of what is minted, what is bought. You can see projects being minted, you can see what's going on behind the scenes, and you can even click on them and then go find information about each project. Now, besides this, I want to make the first actual tip based on the fact that you should be valuing your ADA. When you're buying NFTs, these are very speculative assets. Cryptocurrencies are speculative as is, but you're also going another layer deep into speculation land. So when you're buying NFTs, please be careful and value your ADA, okay? 10 ADA is 10 ADA. If you buy an NFT with it, make sure you're okay with what you get in return before you buy it, okay? Do your research, make sure you know what you're getting, and make sure you're okay with holding that pretty cool shiny JPEG or whatever it may be in NFT form for that ADA that you paid for it. Something I also want to make very clear as the next tip in this video is that when you are trading Cardano NFTs, as of right now, there are no smart contracts to ensure that you will get your NFT. This is a custody and trust-based system. When it comes to marketplaces and minting, you are trusting that the source is going to send you your NFT in exchange for that ADA. Technically, there's no smart contract. It's not super secure. There hasn't been any issues yet, but just keep that in mind. You're giving your custody of your NFT when you send it to trade it on CNFT, when you send it to trade on token, whether it be before the fact of the sale or after the fact of the sale, you're giving it to a third party and putting it in their hands. Now, most of these are resolved, they're trustworthy companies, but it's not that decentralized factor that we're looking for in Cardano. So we still have some room to grow here. And even for, say, a mint, here's my mint, which is live right now, by the way. Wink, wink. You are essentially trusting that whatever platform I'm using or whatever service and how I'm minting them, that it's going to deliver you your stick fricks or your frick strips in this case. And then also, if, say it's sold out, it's going to give you a refund. You're putting your trust into the people running these systems because there's no smart contracts to interact with yet for the minting of NFTs. So please remember that if there's a smart contract, you're going to have the Nami wallet to interact with it, and you're going to clearly see that it's a smart contract. Otherwise, you're just sending ADA and sending assets to a third party or intermediary to get something in return. Okay, on that subject though, let's talk about minting versus buying, because many people in the NFT land are confused about this, especially when you start off, it is confusing. So here's how it works. When minting NFTs, these are essentially the originals that are being distributed. People are paying for them with an address like this or through a website with a reserve system. Sometimes people just drop the address that they would send the ADA to in their Discord or on their Twitter. However, minting means when it shows up on the left here, as I mentioned earlier. The buying on the aftermarkets is essentially what I mentioned just 2 seconds ago. You send your asset to the intermediary and someone also sends how much they're paying for it or vice versa. And then you receive, whatever your part of the deal was in return once both parties have submitted their side. That's how the aftermarkets work. But for minting, that's buying and that's selling. For minting, you're going to have to get into these projects before they are sold out or before they're all minted. After they've all been minted, in this case, these ones haven't all been minted. They're still live. You can go mint. And once you buy it, you'll see it pop up on the left here and you can go see it in your wallet. But once they're all minted, you have to go to the aftermarkets to buy and sell because no more are going to be minted. So keep that in mind. when buying your first NFTs on Cardano. So now what we're going to do is go through both processes of buying and minting. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to mint one of these frick strips to my wallet. All you have to do for most of these drops is somehow you're going to get to this point where you have an address. You're going to copy that address, make sure it's the right one. So in this case, it ends QZ80, and then you're going to paste it into whatever wallet you're using. I'm going to leave some links to wallet suggestions and wallet tutorials, but basically I'm going to use NAMI. You can use whatever wallet, and then go to your balance, you press the send option, you paste in that address, check the last 4 digits, make sure it's the right ones, QZ80. You can even click back and check here, QZ80. The number is 1, so for 1 stick frick I get 35 ADA or frick strip, and then I have to send this amount. So you can copy that, make sure however much ADA they're specifying on the website, you send that amount, because sometimes there will be a bunch of decimal places depending on the system they are using. Now, every system's different, so you're going to want to read the system's requirements, but generally it's going to be very similar to this. You're going to have an address you're to mint to, and when you send ADA to that address, it mints it directly into your wallet that you sent the ADA from. So a caveat to this is never use exchange wallets. I should mention that heavily. Exchange wallets will eat your NFTs and they will be long gone forever. So when you're minting, mint them into a wallet that's NFT support, aka any Shelly era wallet, the ADDR1 prefixes for your address, and that aren't an exchange wallet. So Yoroi, Adalite, Daedalus, and a couple others. NAMI is one of them too here. And I will leave links to all those in the descriptions or the videos for them as well. So make sure you go down there. My personal favorite is NAMI Wallet and ccwallet.io. I'll leave those two at the top of the description. So once you have your amount and you have your address correct, you press send. Then type in your spending password, or if you have a hard wallet, you're going to need to confirm that on your hard wallet, and then it's going to submit. It's going to take a little bit, but eventually we're going to see it pop up on the NFT factor here. It's going to pop up over here in all the tokens minted, and it's also going to show in our wallet if we just give it a second. And as you can see here, it is now in our wallet, and it's also shown up on the minting side of Pool PM. Now, you can actually, with NAMI, view your wallet by clicking this button, and it's going to take you to whatever wallet you're in right here, and then you can scroll down and see your NFT. So there you go. There's my NFT that I just minted. And if you don't have NAMI wallet, what you can do is just copy that receive address, go to Pool PM, and then paste it in there. And then bam, you can see your NFTs. Simple as that. So that's how you view your NFTs. That's how you mint your NFTs. Now let's go over how you buy an NFT on an aftermarket marketplace. So when you're on a marketplace, there's going to be a lot of ways to filter by which assets you're searching for. On CNFT.io, you can actually go to the right-hand side. Make sure you click this verified policy ID button so you know that the policy ID you are looking for is verified on their platform, meaning that it's probably the right project. However, you're always going to want to double check the policy ID. We're going to go over that in just a sec. So we're going to look for frick strips, and we're going to buy one of those. We're going to press filter, and then we can see that there's lots of frick strips around. This one's only 10 ADA right now, and we're going to go ahead and buy this. To buy it, all you have to do is click the buy button here, and then it's going to give you an address. So we're going to do that. But before we do that, always double check that this policy ID is the right one. Here it is the right one. You can see the policy ID is correct by going to the website, going to collections, and it may be different for every website, or their Discord is going to have their policy IDs, and then you can see right here, here's a policy ID, ends in 8719F, double check over here, 8719F. Okay, now let's go ahead and buy this. Also, make sure you have enough ADA before you click buy in your wallet that you're going to be using to purchase this NFT, because if you don't, your buy is going to expire, you might get a penalty, so just know that. Be ready. Now we're going to click buy. It's pretty simple from here. All you got to do is go down to the bottom here and copy the address. You're going to see we have to send 10 ADA. You're going to go and press send on your whatever wallet you're using. Paste in that address. Make sure you're not using an exchange wallet. Keep that in mind. And then we're going to go ahead and type 10. Type send, put our password in, and then after we've done that, we're going to be waiting for the seller to send the NFT. So it's going to notify them now, and this could take up to 24 hours. If they don't send it in 24 hours, you're going to get back your ADA and minus the transaction fee, and that's that. If you do get the asset sent, it'll be automatic. The seller will send it. It will show up in your wallet and you'll get an email notification so long as you're logged into CNFT over here. And you're going to have to register for CNFT. It's pretty straightforward. I'll leave the link down in the description. Also, I know I did not double check the last digits there when sending to CNFT, but always make sure you are checking those last digits of the address that you're sending to, the last four. Sometimes you can get caught up and forget to, but always try to make sure you're looking at the digits and double checking policy IDs when you're buying things on the Aftermarketplace. Now, if you're unsure if you want to mint NFTs or buy them, always double check with the social medias of those NFT series, whether it be on Twitter or on their website directly or in their Discord. But I find Twitter is the best way to find these people and what they're all about. You can then find their Discord link, find their website link, go and ask questions and go explore. That is my kind of research tip to you. That's what I would do if I was looking for projects to see if I like them or not. Just go explore their website, go explore their Discord, and see what they got on Twitter to really decide if you want to mint or buy those NFTs. And if you want to get in early for NFTs, I do have a separate video on how to find projects before they mint. If you're interested in that, it'll be right up there. Okay, now after you've bought an NFT, or if you're thinking still about buying it, how do we check the aftermarket stats to see the resale value or what's going on over, off the minting side of things on the aftermarket? And that is when I would direct you to opencnft.io. This is one of the sites you can use to track the volume of projects on here and see how they're doing. If we go to all time, you can see the top project is Clay Nation and so on and so forth. And you can see the volume of the projects you're thinking about buying or minting mostly on here so long as they're verified in CNFT. So let's go ahead and let's look at Stickfrix. Stickfrix themselves have 123,000 in volume and they're the 49th ranked all time. And you can also check Frick strips, although they haven't finished minting, so there's not going to be that much action because people are still minting them and they're not all on the aftermarket. You can also see things like the floor price, how much the lowest sale was basically all time or in the 24-hour mark, I believe this is, and see what is up right now on the market. How cheap can I get a stick frick for or a frick strip for on the aftermarket? 8 ADA, 13 ADA. It will vary though because those are just the lowest sales recently, so keep that in mind. The floors and the prices on here aren't always 100% accurate. Okay, one last topic to cover before we end this CNFTs before you buy is checking rarities. The best place to do this, in my opinion, is on CNFT tools for a bunch of projects. Some of these projects won't be on here because it does take a while to process and get added, but a lot of projects are. So let's say, for example, we want to look at Stickfrix. You can go here and search by rarity score, search by serial number, and search by traits to see which ones are super rare. Maybe it's your Stickfrix. You can also put in the ID if you're looking at CNFT, which ones are for sale, and then you can snipe maybe good sales, bad sales based on the rarity rank just by using CNFT tools. So if you want to find rarities, I recommend using CNFT tools or whatever project. They may also use a different site, Token Ref or whatever else. You're going to want to go use those sites and sites like CNFT tools to find rarities and how rare each kind of one is. And that is where I'll leave off for this video, finding rarities. If you guys want more tips, tricks, and just beginner guides in general, let me know what you want in the videos or in terms of videos in the description. But that's all for today. I hope you guys have a great freaking day. It's been your friend Jack. I'll see you guys in the next freaking video. Peace out.